It is week 8, and so it is. There's a couple things on the docket essentially, and so you have your midterm, which I'll speak about momentarily, give you a little bit more of an idea of what you're going to be doing for that. But also we have 2 presentations. It looks like Daisy is doing Babylon Revisited, and Cecil is doing F. Scott Fitzgerald's Winter Dreams, and so we're going to follow that same presentation process as we always do, and kind of continue on through the semester. So for the midterm, it will be available from Sunday until Saturday. So you have almost a full week to do it, just a few hours short maybe, and you'll be doing it on Blackboard. It will appear in the, let me make sure I have it correct, in the assignments tab, if I remember correctly. Yes, it will be available in the assignments tab. You just open up the midterm and take a close look at the instructions before you get started. And the instructions say, and I will read this to you verbatim from the thing. So it says, write a short 300-word response with, in bold, direct cited evidence from the text, addressing how each of these American issues is portrayed, discussed, depicted in the material we've read so far. Each of the prompts are designed to make you think about the tie between American history and its literature. Each short answer, and there's 5 of them, is worth 25 points. If you do not include an appropriate cite for that particular answer, the most you can get on that answer is 5 points. So in other words, you get a 20-point deduction automatically. You have 2 hours to complete this test. Some caveats with that. I encourage you to save time by referring to your notes. Hopefully all this semester you've been taking notes, and this is something that you'll be going through again at the end of the semester with the final exam along with your final paper. So having notes, stuff that you can go back, oh yeah, you know, in this short story they did talk about this, right? Whatever that may be, one of the 5 prompts. And so hopefully you've taken notes. Hopefully as well you've started to draw parallels between the stories and the plays and the poems that we've read and said, well, this is how things have changed over time regarding this particular subject. Also, I had a student tell me that they were able to save time by citing all of their works in advance, which is actually a pretty good strategy, because then all you have to do is just basically copy and paste that cite directly into whatever. When you choose to cite The Man Who Was Almost a Man, for instance, you can pull up a Word document. It's like, oh, here's the cite for this within the anthology. The cite needs to be correct if you want full credit, so make sure your citing works within an anthology for the stuff that comes out of our anthology, okay? In case you don't remember, there it is. And so just make sure that you think about ways to save time as you're doing it. Now, also, when the timer starts, it will continue to run even if you log out of Blackboard. It's a little freaky. I don't know why Blackboard doesn't allow you to pause. Well, I guess I do, because then you could go off and do nefarious things with the information. But basically, you have 2 hours. Now, what I do advise is that you type up all of your responses in a Word document. And if your 2-hour limit is up, within reason, I'm not going to freak out about that, okay? I will reset the test. Now, the worst thing you could do is type everything into the box and only get like 2 or 3 answers into it, and then realize you have like 5 minutes left and send me a panicked email about how you didn't do the last 2 or 3 answers, okay? That's a problem, because I only get 2 options with your test on Blackboard, to grade or delete, okay? And so if you've typed things directly into Blackboard and you say to me, oh gosh, you know, I only did these 2 questions and I still need to do the other 3, my only option is to either grade that and give you a max of 40, something like that, and then alternatively my other option is to delete that material and make you do it all over again. So essentially the best case strategy to have would be to open up a Word document, type up all your stuff into the Word document, and then paste those answers in when you're ready to submit. And again, if you go over the time limit a little bit, I'm not that freaked out about it. I will be okay with reopening it for you or resetting the timer for you, but within reason. Now, if you open it up on Sunday and I see that you're trying to submit things on Saturday, I might not necessarily be terribly happy with that idea. So that's the midterm in a nutshell. So it'll be, again, under the assignments tab starting on October 9th, which is this Sunday. And again, around 2 minutes. I know I've said on the Blackboard options that the test can be saved and resumed later, but again, Blackboard's timer will continue to run. And really, you don't need to go too much into detail. Just kind of show me that you know what the prompt is. And the prompt is really straightforward. It's just one word or a small phrase, and then it's up to you to draw connections that are appropriate to that particular prompt. So if you've been paying attention to the presentation, you've been paying attention to the discussion board, taking notes out of your book, there's no reason why you shouldn't do poorly, or you should. There's no reason why you. Anyway, you'll do well, basically. So I temporarily fried my brain for a second. So anyway, just go ahead and think about the midterm. Again, also, my presenters are both doing F. Scott Fitzgerald, and so Cecil and Daisy, you'll be uploading your presentations on Monday, and then everyone will continue with your normal presentation schedule as usual, basically. So one webcam, 2 typed responses, and then also you just have that midterm running in the background. So make sure you get all of that taken care of. If you have any questions about the midterm, that's not like what are the prompts, I'll be happy to answer those. If you have any issues with the Blackboard functioning of midterm, don't freak out. I can help you to a certain extent, okay? But, kind of be honest, be fair to yourself, be fair to everybody else. If you start it and it takes you 3 hours, I'm not going to freak out. If you start it and it's 5 days later, I'm probably not going to be terribly happy with that request. So that's all the information that you need for this week. Hopefully, for the midterm, again, there's no reason why you should do poorly on this. That's a better way of saying that. And so just kind of keep on trucking. Most of you are doing great with your presentations. Most of you are doing perfectly with your responses. And so, again, as you go through the midterm, you might want to think ahead a little bit because the format for the final exam will be much the same, a little more detailed, but much the same as well. So that is it for now. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I know this is a longer presentation, but you've been without them for a couple weeks, so I figure I'm just paying it forward. So anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Again, keep up the good work. Don't forget that midterm.